a long day ahead of me, so I'm gonna do an easy crock pot dinner tonight. I'm gonna be making some split pea soup. For that, I'm gonna be using the inside of this head of celery because it's starting to get a little old. I just need to use it up. I'm going to be using this parsnip and these 4 carrots here, a ham hock, an onion, and a bag full of pre-soaked split peas, and some garlic powder. And you know what else I would use if I had it, but I don't have any at the moment, is some liquid smoke, because that would just add a whole nother element to this. But first what I'm going to start doing is rinsing these split peas. These are yellow split peas. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the ham hock. Next I'm going to cut up the onion. And I just want to dice it in kind of big cubes. Now I have this parsnip, and I really want to use this because it's been in my fridge for a while. It's still good. I just want to use it. I'm going to cut off the sides there. Now you don't really need a parsnip unless you want one. I'm just trying to use this up. Carrots are plenty enough. Parsnip will just make it a little more flavorful, a little bit more carroty flavored. Now I'm going to cut it in to strips. And then I'm going to cut it into strips like that. And now I'm going to cut it into cubes. And I'm not aiming for perfection with these cuts here because I'm not really trying to make a gourmet pot of soup or anything like that. This is just my normal meal prep. I think before I add these carrots, I'm going to go ahead and add the celery. And with the celery, it's starting to go bad, so I'm going to peel off the outer part and only use the inner part. So that's about all the good celery that's left in there. So I'm going to rinse it and chop that up. That carrot's kind of shaped funny. I guess I should cut off the ends first. And I'm cutting these the same as I cut the parsnip into cubes. I'm going to cut this carrot in half because it's kind of too big to cut easily. Now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. I would use fresh garlic, but I don't have any at the moment, so I'm using garlic powder. Now I want to fill the rest of the crock pot with water until it gets to about right there. There we go. That's good. And just throw the lid on. Plug it in. Turn it on high. And it should be good to sit for a few hours while you're out doing stuff during the day. It is now 9:15. We'll see what time it will be done. If it will be done by the time I get home. Okay, it's been about an hour now, and I want to stir this up just to make sure everything's all mixed up in there. Ooh, it's smelling good. That smells delicious. Okay, it is now 3:50. The split pea soup is looking very good. So I'm gonna pull out the ham hock and take that meat off the bone. And then I'm gonna clean the kitchen and make some biscuits to go with the split pea soup. So let's try and get this ham hock meat out of here as much as possible. It's just falling apart. Ooh, this looks delicious. And I'm just gonna pull this meat off the bone. And you want all that fat and cartilage because that's just packed full of nutrients. That's the benefit of getting a ham hock, is it's just loaded with good nutrients. Let's try and break off any of that cartilage as much as possible. Discard any of those bones. Doesn't look like these ham hocks are as good as the ham hocks I typically use. I typically get ham hocks from a local butcher, and they're pretty meaty, but this ham hock isn't very meaty. So we don't have as much meat as I would like. I would say if your ham hock's kind of small like this one was, you might want to use 2 ham hocks. Okay, it looks like I have about 1.5 cups of ham there. I would rather have about 2 cups, but we'll do with what we got. Now we just got to put that back in the soup. And if you find yourself short of ham, you could always add bacon. Unfortunately, I don't have any bacon, so we just got little bits of ham in there. Now I'm going to add some salt. I'm going to add 1 tablespoon at first to see how that tastes. That tastes just perfect. So I would say about a tablespoon is all you need. Now I'm going to cover this and turn it to low. And then I'm going to clean the kitchen and get started on making some biscuits. Okay, now I'm going to get started on making the biscuits. I'm going to be using these garlic greens that I picked from the garden. If you don't have garlic greens, just use green onions. And I'm going to rinse these real quick under cold water. Get all the dirt off of them. And I'm going to start cutting these to go into the biscuits. So I have about a cup of garlic greens. I am going to set aside just a little pinch of them to put on top of the soup when it's done. And now it's time to make the biscuits. So I need 2.5 cups of flour. I have a half a cup here. So I need 4 of these half cups to make enough flour. This is a baking mix, biscuit mix. Something like Biscuit would work. Now I'm going to add about 4 tablespoons of softened butter. And I'm going to add 1 serving of plain yogurt. I want these biscuits to be really garlicky. So I'm also going to add about a tablespoonful of garlic. And just to give it a little color, I'm going to add half a teaspoon of paprika. So let's mix that up. Might need to add some water to this too. Depends on how this dough goes. I think I am going to have to add some water. So let's try adding a half a cup of water. Cold water. See how that goes. It's looking much better. I think I'm going to add 1 more half a cup cold water, so that's like 2 cups cold water. And these are going to be drop biscuits, so it's okay if it's a little gooey. Now I'm going to preheat the oven to 425. And I'm going to take some non-stick buttery spray and spray down a baking pan. Drop on biscuits, biscuit dough. Get nice big biscuits here. Of course, make the biscuits smaller if you want smaller biscuits. But who doesn't love a big biscuit? Okay, these biscuits have expanded a lot, but that's okay. They'll still be delicious. So we're going to put those in the oven and let them cook for 10 minutes. I'm so hungry and so ready to dig into this biscuit and this delicious split pea soup.